What's up, guys? So I have another one from Tinashe Hair. I have not reviewed a wig from them in a minute. I did go ahead and pluck off camera just a little bit more. It is pre-plucked, but you know, I had to do a little extra because it's me. So this is the wig. It is their 13x6 lace frontal body wave wig. As you can see the inside here, it's 24 inches and it is 200% density. The cap size is made to fit heads up to 22.5 inches. So, you know, pretty average size cap with a little extra room. So the first thing I'm going to do for this wig install is cut around my ear. It's not the end of the world if you forget to do this before you install the wig, but I do think it is best to do this before you install the wig. And I tell you why. I forget sometimes and it makes it harder for me to position my wig exactly where I want it because it's not properly fitting behind my ear the way it would if I had cut around it first. So the lace is a transparent Swiss lace, so I'm going to tint that to match my skin tone a little bit better. I typically prefer to tint on my head once the wig is installed and dried, but you know, I might switch it up and try this way again since I see so many people do it this way. It must be something to it, right? So I'm trying it this way. I'm trying to be very light on the product that I'm putting on it because I don't want, you know, the tint to mess with the glue once I start putting that on my head and just create a sticky mess. Like, that's usually what happens to me when I do that. That's why I usually don't do that. To install the unit, I am using my Got to Be Glued holding spray. I have the newer holding spray. I haven't used the old one in a grit in the yellow bottle. Yeah, that's been pretty obsolete since I got the new one. The new one works wonders. I sing its praises every time. It dries so fast and you don't have to use like much product at all. So I'm doing a quick blow dry on cool, and that is to set the front of my wig so that way when I start working on my two sides by my ear, the whole wig won't come up with it when I lift up the sides. For the sides, I like to give them a little extra TLC with some Got to Be Glued in the yellow tube as well as the free spray. And the reason for this is just because my sides always give me issues and they always need a little extra help. So that's why I do it this way. If you don't have issues with that, you could easily just spray the whole wig as I was doing beforehand. You don't have to do this step. This is purely for me. And then I do the same exact thing to the other side. Again, this just makes it easier for me to properly lay down my sides because I always have issues with that. I tried something new. I've been seeing people use an elastic band instead of an edge scarf for a minute on the internet. And I was like, let me try this out and see what's what. I like the security of it, but I felt like it wasn't keeping my sides covered very well. So I still pulled out my edge scarf. This one is from Tinashe. It comes with the wig, and I put that over the hair so it could give me some extra security. Once the lace was dry after about 20 minutes, then I got to cutting, and it was dry faster because I already blow dried it a little bit too. So when it comes to cutting the lace, you guys have heard me talk about this a million times over. You want to make small jagged cuts because you don't want a straight across the line of the lace of your wig. That is a giveaway that you are wearing a wig, as if the red hair, you know, isn't already enough of a giveaway that I have on a wig. When you're cutting the lace, you want to make sure that you get as close to the hairline as you possibly can. You don't want any excess lace out, as much as you can possibly get. Now, please note these excess pieces of lace that I'm taking off were already lifted from when I initially cut. If you have a piece you want off, but it's not, like it's still stuck to your head, then just lift it first with your finger and then you'll be fine to cut it without hurting yourself. I'm applying just a little more holding spray, mainly to get the edges that were cut back down so it's all laying flat and melted. Like you can see the example right here. This piece that I have my rat tail comb on, that part has been melted back down and you see how it's like disappearing again. So after I've cut off all the lace, then I like to remove any excess residue or product from the wig. I just use some rubbing alcohol to do that. So after that, I'm gonna lay the wig back down. I wasn't thinking before I installed it. I do personally feel like cutting the lace off and then installing your wig is the easier way to go as far as time. But I also feel like installing it with the lace on gives you a cleaner install most of the time. I also like to press my hands in. You've seen me do this a lot in this video because I just feel like it helps the melt. I don't know. It could just be me, but I feel like it helps. Every time I get a bit inside, I feel it. So this is the wig in all of its radiant and vibrant red wig 200% glory. I decided on a middle part for this unit, and yes, I know the part is crooked. Listen, I'll get my life together by the end of the video. It's just hard sometimes because I can't always tell if my part is centered when I'm looking in the mirror. I'm using my hot combs to help me mold that crooked part into place and help me set the hair the way that I want it to go. This is an important step for laying your wig and getting it flat and having it cooperate with you. Lace frontals usually come in with a mind of their own and you have to train it. I'm also going to use my Giovanni mousse and I'm going to put that on the top of my head to help me make sure that this wig is laid nice and flat. Before it winds down into the memories. Told y'all I was going to get my life together. See, I'm fixing my part. Now back to this transparent lace. I realized I did not tint it well enough, so I'm going back in and tinting it some more. Now that I'm done tinting, I'm ready to move into styling, and I'm starting out by adding some layers to the front of the hair, and that's going to affect how my curls look when it's all said and done. Now, I got a little overzealous. I bought a curling iron, you guys. Not a wand, a curling iron. And let me tell y'all how I didn't know what I was doing. You'll see. I'm going to show you guys a little bit because I end up using my wand curler. But listen, it was a struggle. I commend anyone who knows how to use a curling iron because it's hard. I tried my hardest, y'all, on this side, but it just was not working. I kind of got it towards the end with this last curl. It came out pretty decent, but your girl needs some work before she can pull out the curling iron for real. I expeditiously got back in my lane and pulled out my curling wand that I do know how to use. Now, if you don't know, if you haven't seen any of my videos where I've curled my wigs, I like to twist flat to the wand when I want the curling iron effect. And I twist while I'm twisting around the wand if you want those bouncy, like, signature wand curls. Also, for volume purposes, I am curling in alternate directions for the back. Don't do that for the front. You want the front pieces that are framing your face to be going away from the face. But as far as the back, if you want added volume and you kind of want that, the way the curls look when you go to a salon or you go to a wig stylist, you want to be curling in alternate directions. For my curls that are framing my face, I like to make sure to mold them the way I want them to look while the curl is still hot from the iron. For the sake of not being redundant, I'm not going to show you me curling the whole head because I think y'all got the point with the first side, but I will show you me doing the other face framing curl. See how I'm pushing out and kind of lengthening that at the top? I'm also looking to make sure it's leveled with the other curl on the other side. I hate when they're not leveled. And then just touching up any curls that I see that need a little more help. I'm taking my wide tooth comb through the hair and that's helping me blend the curls together nicely. And then I'm taking my wand through the hair again, not to curl it, but to keep flattening it down just as much as I possibly can, you know, little finishing touches. And now I'm going to add some baby hair. I feel like that will help me disguise the transparent lace even more by having just a little tad bit of baby hair there. So that's what I went ahead and did. Your cries, they can be heard from far and wide. It's only the two of us. Everything I need between. I did some final touches by laying the top with a little bit of hairspray to make sure I didn't get any flyaways. And I also off camera touched up the hairline a little bit more. And this was the final result. Details on this hair from Tinashe Hair will be listed down below, as well as any coupons if given. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.